value of the Gates Millennium Scholars on campus and what you all bring to the community. And as we look across, the roles that you play at the institution, whether it be, people in the tour guide program or leaders in organizations on campus, or the fact that you are here interacting with us students on the campus, they are very clear about the value you bring to the institution and invested in the relationship. So, hopefully the fact that I'm sitting here is clear. Your voices have been heard. We are very much working together to make sure that the barriers that you have been experiencing get lowered. Things that are within our control, we are going to be working with. And part of that is also communicating in better ways with you, and also with each other on your behalf. And that direct link between Terry Neal and Mr. Lips, my encouragement for you guys to see him about issues that come up, the dean who's here, all of those kinds of things. We're putting our arms around you guys to make sure that you have the best experience, best undergraduate experience that you can for your institution, and that these issues that are stressful around costs, that the ones that are within the institution's control and our control get mitigated as much as possible, so that making sure that the funds are here. Now, by the way, you got to get me your documents on time so that happens. But putting things in place to make sure that your funds are here, that the right amount is here, that it addresses the needs that you have someone to talk to, that we're doing the kinds of financial literacy. All of those kinds of things are in place to help you, know how to manage the resources you have available to you and make the most of this.
I'm sorry, I just had one more quick question. But I don't know if it's like a personal thing or if it can be general, but would it be advised to accept work study? That was
I would not turn it down unless you specifically need it, unless you knew you didn't need it.
When Gates makes, unless you want to take work study instead of Gates, because once Gates is awarded, it knocks out all FM needs, so there's no work study available.
Yeah.
So that presents an issue. So how can we bridge?
It shouldn't, because to have federal need, you have to have a difference between your federal and the aid that's being offered. And so if we're offering the $40,000 in grant and Gates is offering 15 to clear it out, in order to keep work study for $2,000, instead of getting the 15 from Gates, they can only give us 13.
I understand that. I'm talking about actually personal.
Question.
Yeah, would it be advised because realistically it's expensive to live without working? That's what I've been doing all year, and it's a lot of money. So would it be advised to? Because honestly, let's be realistic, it's actually really hard to find a job on campus without a work study.
So let me rephrase what I'm hearing. Although you framed it under work study, I think what I'm hearing is, would you advise us to have a job that fills in for the day-to-day kinds of needs that we have, if we can?
Well, yeah.
Okay. And we talked about that actually as one of the things today, because we pointed out, again, the folks at Emory are very aware that this portion of Atlanta is expensive. Things cost. Sometimes you guys don't always manage as well as you should. And we discussed that there wasn't any clear answer.
Well, there are some non-work study eligible jobs. There are fewer, just by nature of that departments would rather, are more able to hire work study because they pay less out of their budget.
Right.
You can hire 3 work study for the price of 1 full. But we do have a lot of jobs. It's just, again, that they're not as